today we're just doing a little camping. Just got done with work, came out to the land here, got a couple days off, so I'm just gonna come out here and relax. I'm not doing any fishing, I've got zero plans, so yeah, it's gonna be a nice, peaceful, relaxing time. So we'll get the hammock strung up here. I got some new stuff for it. Let's get this hammock up. Well, as you can see, we got the hammock all set up here. Since I'm car camping, I'm sleeping pretty Gucci tonight. I got my little table set up here and got all my lights strung, and really don't have much of a plan for the night. I worked this morning, so I've been up since about 4:30, so probably gonna be an early night, probably no fire tonight. Tonight, I'm just chilling in the hammock. I've got my quilts hung up behind me here since it's still pretty warm out. I did get this new tarp up here. It is a War Bonnet mini fly, which I've put a few mods on. This hill always scares the bejesus out of me on this thing. The camera doesn't really do how steep it is very much justice. So this is the new food plot that they just plowed up. I don't think they've got anything planted here yet, but we're right by where I shot my doe last year.
Good morning. It is 20 minutes to 10. I slept in way later than I've slept in a long time. Normally I'm up by 6:30. I don't know what happened last night. I couldn't fall asleep. I don't think I fell asleep till almost midnight. I mean, I was in and out, but I had to fiddle with the hammock to try to get a little bit more flat lay. That's kind of the downside about hammocking. It's a skill to hang it right, and I'm a little out of practice to actually be able to get a nice, comfortable flat lay. I think it's about time to get up and make some coffee. Get this day started. It is coffee time. Although it's probably a little too warm for coffee, but that's fine. I just got some coffee bags. Just gonna use my little alcohol stove to heat up my water here.
As you can see, I got myself a new hammock. This one is a Dutchware Chameleon. I'll show it a little closer up here in a minute, but it's got all these different little clips and things on the side for add-ons that you can buy from. You can buy storage pockets and all sorts of other goodies. I've got a few things on order from them that should be here this week. I've got a few things rigged up in it already. I slept in it last night. With this one, I've got the regular bug net, and I've got the winter top cover that's got like a tent material that goes over it instead of the bug net, and it's got a vent on it and all that jazz. I like this thing so far. I've also got a new tarp strung up in the snakeskin here yet. It is a War Bonnet mini fly, which is one of their smaller tarps, which is what I was looking for. It's small, it's lightweight, and it gives me plenty of coverage. I'm not going to use this thing in the winter or anything like that now that I've got hot tents. I'll give you a little bit of a closer look here. So they come with a double-sided stuff sack here, so you can just clip it in and unfold it and your hammock never has to hit the ground. I've got some lights strung up along the ridge line there. I'll show you those tonight when it gets dark. It's an 11-foot hammock. The zipper here runs along both sides all the way up and down the hammock, so you can just zip in all the different top covers. I've got the, I forget what they call it, but it's their tree straps instead of whoopee slings or anything like that. They're pretty simple. I am going to get some hardware so I don't have to actually wrap around the tree. I can just clip it in. It's essentially like a carabiner type deal. My tarp, on all my tie outs, I've got these little guys, just some hardware so you don't have to tie knots. They are war bonnet tarp ticks, I think they're called. Pretty handy. So now we're gonna zip in the winter top cover. I haven't put this thing on before, so pretty simple. They've got the zipper and mesh up here so you can actually see what you're doing. You just clip and zip. They did it right having the mesh up here so you can actually see what you're doing, otherwise this would be kind of a pain in the ass. So we got the bug net put back on, and with the double-ended stuff sacks, I pretty much just use for storage for my extra line on my tree straps and my tarps and all that stuff. Just tuck those right in there, and up and out of the way, less stuff to trip on. Zip that down. And on the other side I've got my stuff sack for my tarp that I've got the other ones in. So my tarp is in a, it's called a snake skin. It's got the whole tarp up in there, for much easier to set it up in the wind, and it's a little bit quicker and just handier so you're not fighting everything. I kind of like that. So the snake skins, all you got to do, they're in two pieces. So you just slide them down. I usually make sure to get it over the hardware just so I don't rip the snake skin. And just like that, your tarp is out. I've kind of been cheating. I've already got my stakes out. I'll go through all this in a little bit more detail here in just a second. I just want to get them up and out. Yeah, just like that, you've got a tarp up. So on each of the four corners of my tarp, I've got a little bit of shock cord tied off there, using those tarp ticks again, just for easier setup. So the mini fly has a tiny little overhang here that you can cinch shut, give you a little bit of cover from the wind, or if it's raining pretty hard. I've got this thing pitched up fairly high right now, but as you can see, I got plenty of headroom up under here. It's about dinner time now. I got some the old house meal, chicken and dumplings. Doing that with my alcohol stove again. Doesn't that look delicious? Actually, I think it does. Thought about having a bonfire or something tonight, but then realized I didn't bring any shoes with me, and I'm not going to go tromping around the woods in shorts and flip-flops because there's a lot of poison ivy out here and wood ticks. So, another night of just chilling. Yep, this is pretty much my plan the rest of the night. Just hang out in here. It's nice. There's not hardly any mosquitoes out for some reason, which is pretty surprising. But oh, good morning. It is about 20 after 7. I actually slept really good last night. Got this thing pitched up just right and got the underquilt set, so I got about 8 hours of sleep. I think the order for today is to get caffeinated. And I'm just going to pack up and I think I'm going to head home.